So, hi everybody. Um, okay. So, I mean, there was someone on the call, and so we just did some feedback on the assignment on this first task. And now, because many of you aren't here, so there isn't much of an engagement to have around some of the content, but I feel like I can still run through what I wanted to say, and I think it'll still be helpful in preparation for still a way off. Your next task is due on something 23rd of October. So there's a series of ice stars coming up. And then over here, 20th of October. So there's still a ways to go, but I mean, kind of everything that we'll be talking about in the next few weeks will lead up to this. So I'll go to task two now and maybe just link it back up to this. Uh, so the section that we will be covering today, sorry for all the scrolling up and down. I'm going to stop now, promise. So this is kind of our focus, the roles of educators, which is more or less where we left off last week. We didn't cover all of, I think, some of the content here, but we did get through the aims. And so this is all going to come into play in our next task. The idea of these aims, the theories behind it, we spoke about last time, Plato and all the rest. And then how this is going to kind of really pull into what this learning outcome wants is for you to draw up a personal manifesto, um, reflecting your objectives in fulfilling the various roles. Okay, let me just. Sorry, I'm pausing the record. I haven't paused the recording, but thank you for joining. I've decided to just do a little recording because there was no one here. You are welcome to hang around. I was going to cover some assignment questions if you have any. So I don't know if you want to hang around. I thought I'd just run through this as a recording, but you're welcome to listen in, or not. Um, okay. Okay, cool. So I was just saying where we're at, and how this is all going to tie into this personal manifesto. You'll see this should be your final POE task at the end, where you pull everything together and you write up your own kind of philosophy, as a teacher. So the work that we were going to cover today, it's not a lot, so it's really more about the discussion about what each of those means. But so tonight, sadly, I'll do that thing that I hate, which is where I'll kind of talk about this towards the task, because then you can see really like how it all ties together. When we talk about the roles, it's on the same slides that I've uploaded already onto Arc, the ones that I was doing last week. It kind of goes on and on and on. Not last week, the last time I saw you. And so this is the section on the roles of teachers. So, sorry, I just saw something that I want to see in the chat. Cool. Hi, there's someone. There's a Q&A for TE. Oh, that's painful to hear. This competition. Okay, well then maybe I'll just do hopefully a sweet and thanks. If you're gonna go and listen to that, that's cool. I'll just make this short and sweet, but then I guess I'll be available for questions. So cool. Thanks for that. So the idea is to look at these roles, and they come from this minimum requirements for teacher education qualifications document, the one we actually call Mr. Tech. So it spells MRTEQ, Mr. Tech. Is what we call it for short. And this is all laid out in there. These are, you'll see it here, the collective roles of teachers. And so the idea was to talk through some of these tonight. I won't now in as much detail kind of go through all of them, but I'll maybe just use an example. So this is the same stuff, just what it means, so fleshed out. So to tie it all together, I guess for the purposes of this short video, I'm just going to open up the second task so I can kind of give you an idea of what I mean by it all ties together. So I will talk to some of these roles now, for the sake of your assessment. Oh, hate talking about assessments. So this is the question over here. So I'll go from the top. There will be another session on this, I think, with Evelyn, Mrs. Van der Beek. So you're really going to bring together all the stuff about from the same, using the same case study as a basis, so the same circumstance of the case study, just as a point of reference for yourself. It's going to ask you a formal essay, discuss the role of various role plays in creating a safe environment. So what I mean, the various conceptualizations of education. So by this, I mean the stuff we did. Sorry, I'll be jumping around, just bear with me. The conceptualizations of education, we mean the stuff we're discussing around what is the purpose, where does it come from, you know, and then these viewpoints from people like Plato around who controls education. And you'll see this all come together in this assignment now. So discuss your view on the role of state, parents, and the community in providing safe and secure. So you see where this comes from. You'll tie into this theory over here. So according to Plato, what is the role of the state? What is the role of parents? According to Locke. So it can't be a superficial thing that you say, oh, the state and the parents. Sorry, people laughing in the comments. So not just a superficial conversation around this. So your discussion must make reference to positions of Locke, Plato, like I said now. And then this is the part that comes where today's conversation comes in. This is what I mean in just terms of showing you as all pieces together. Discuss the approach you think will have the greatest impact on the role of teachers in the South African classroom. So before you can discuss what will have the greatest impact on the role, you have to understand what the role of teachers is. And that's where we come to our slides tonight in the next section in next learning unit, sticking your textbook. Okay. So what are the roles of teachers? So you're gonna have to go into these. They are discussed quite thoroughly in the most of the tech document. Will be well grounded in the knowledge, skills, and values. A learning mediator will mediate learning in a manner. So this speaks to this point. So how do they allow children to this point of view? It's expanded further down. If you look in the slides, so slowly. So to discuss in more detail, must know how to teach a subject and how to select, determine, and sequence and pace of content. Okay, so these are all lovely. So interpret and design of learning programs. So can they not only design a lesson plan, but design like a learning program for the year? So it's not just can you design one lesson plan, can you have like a program for your classes, for your schools for the year? I'm giving the short version, but what I want to get to is, so that's like one way of just knowing the theory. But so the aim of this question, and by using the same case study again, is to see if you can contextualize and comprehend what those roles are in a specific argument. So we're not asking you to go and recite all these roles at all. The question is asking you, so what would be applicable in this kind of situation? So I would suggest that you go look at the rubric. Obviously, it makes it very clear on what you get the marks for academic style straightforward. A clear view embedded in a thesis statement, so in some theoretical background, which role players is or are best suited to conceptualizing and controlling education. So in light of this case study, of the young student was paralyzed. So in that argument, where do you see the role of who? And I don't just talk about the state failing, but who do you think in the best position? And use the theory, use Plato or Locke or Moll. Who should be controlling schools? Is it parents? Because clearly parents would care about this happening to their children. The state doesn't, etc., etc. So you back up your viewpoint with thorough practical and logical discussions of the role of the state, as in this example. So you see it right in there. Using the theory to back it up, like I just said. Now, this is the part that we're doing tonight. Consider how the selected role players' involvement or control might impact the role of teaching in South African classrooms. So what I mean to say is you will not be expected to go and speak to all of these roles in a but I mean, if you think that it affects all of them, so so what are those role plays that you discuss? How could they affect the role of a teacher? So in this instance, what important characteristics are we looking for in this particular paralysis instance? So teachers have been more attentive on the playground. So this is their citizenship and pastoral role. Um, as a research and lifelong learner, should you be knowing more about legality so that you can support the parents? So I don't give you answers. But so how can those things affect these roles? So you have to know and apply the rules. We're not asking you to go and repeat what does this mean? Like how do you apply some of this to this context? Okay, I want to keep this short. So it's people who want to listen to it. So that was in like a nutshell what I want to cover tonight. You are welcome to reach out to me with any questions. Obviously, we will talk again soon. I believe there is a clash because of a TE session, so I mustn't take it personally. Someone said in the chat. Um, and then I guess I will chat to you soon. We'll see you on the channels, the ARC, what's. Okay. Okay. Talk soon and let me know if you have any questions about assessments and all the rest. Okay. Talk soon. Thank you. Bye. But I saw the fellows in the thing. Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, you have.
This is the last of the sourdough, and here's the fresh bread maximum. Maxi bread. The max bread. That's what I. No, tomorrow I'm going to that meeting with Jonathan though, and I have to go to the mountain to get my computer before that. And yeah, it's probably something like I'll go in the morning to the poetry thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Why, what's that?
No, just asking.
No, it's why, you have to do that, yeah, and then talk. Just that kind of meet.
I think it's okay. Quiet. I hope. I don't know now. Oh no, I've got no lying. I've got one of those. No, it's not quiet. Today was a quiet day, and Friday I blocked out the afternoon, and today I blocked out this afternoon. Um, well, you get bored up, right? Yo.